Hello, and welcome to the Jazz Musician's Daughter. I thought I would share the first of probably many stories I didn't put in my book for whatever reason, probably because I just forgot about them. But stories I thought were maybe interesting, and this is not X-rated, so you don't have to worry. So the first story is Letters to Juliet. If you've seen the movie, you know the movie I'm talking about. If you haven't, it's a film about a girl played by Amanda Seyfried. Her name was Sophia, and she's visiting Verona with her impossibly imbecile fiance. That it lost me a bit right there because I don't know what she saw in him. But that's not the story. The story is, while she's wandering around Verona, and her fiance is off buying wine or cheese or whatever he was doing, she comes across this wall. Now, Shakespeare fans know Verona is where Juliet and Romeo and Juliet is set, and two households, both alike in dignity, and so on. So she comes across this wall and she's curious. Now, so she wants to be a writer. Right now she's just a fact checker for, I can't remember if it's the New York Times or just a big magazine. And she notices this wall and she sits to watch people, and all these women who are crying have left letters on the walls, and she's perplexed by it, so she sits and watches, and eventually they all drift away, some mumbling in various languages. So she, while she's sitting there, a woman comes along with a big basket and collects all the letters. And she follows the woman back to, if I go to Italy, I want to go to this house. It's a house, and then in this area there's a big table, and there's four women that are secretaries of Juliet, and they answer all these letters from heartbroken women, always about love, and she's fascinated by it, and she's got nothing to do because her fiance is, doing stuff without her. And they anyway invite her to be a secretary of Juliet, and so she does. And the next day she finds a brick falls out of the wall, and there's a letter tucked in behind the brick from 1957. And this letter starts this whole adventure, and I don't want to tell you any more because for a rom-com it's really good, because I'm not a rom-com fan, mostly because there's always a scene where she's spying on him. He's in a classy restaurant eating dinner with a beautiful woman, and so she doesn't get caught. She's on all fours and she's crawling backwards, and the waiter with the big tray of petit fours falls backward over her, and they go all over the place, and then he sees her, and it turns out to be her sister. So yeah, it's my impression of most rom-coms, but I liked this one. But after it was over, I was like really intrigued by the secretaries of Juliet, so I did a little research and found out that that's based on reality, that there is a group of women that answer all these letters from these broken-hearted women. So I found them and ended up being a secretary of Juliet for about 6 weeks. I was sort of on email duty, and most of my letters were from East Indian women who were supposed to marry one guy, but they were in love with a different guy. And I'm not sure I was the right person to write these, because I'm like, it's love or nothing. Like, I don't, yeah. we're not living in the Middle Ages. It's not like making deals for your household. Usually it was like one person had a lot of money, but no, sir or lord or name or whatever, and the other one had the titles but not the money, and blah blah blah. And I just yeah, but I was the secretary of Juliet for about 6 weeks, and it was pretty fabulous. So that's my number one. It's not number one, it's just the first one I could think of that I was like, oh, I didn't put that in the book. And it's getting really complicated because it's a memoir. I can't tell anybody any stories anymore because it's like, oh, no, I put that in the book. I can't, yeah. And a little bit of advice. So I self-published a very interesting story about why. I did get really positive feedback from a publisher in Toronto, and without my permission or knowledge, it spread all over the internet that a release date, the number of pages, who was publishing them, and they hadn't even read the book. They'd only read 2 chapters, and they're still up there. Like, I still can't get all of them down, and that just poisoned me to. Maybe I'm a bit of a control freak, but I just who does that? And a lawyer told me, you have claims for both fraud and theft of intellectual property, because the email that I sent them trying to sell them on the book was what they used to promote the book that they had no rights to promote. So if you're looking for this book at all, it's on Amazon, and there's a cover, and you'll see the cover at the end of this video, but it's an older picture of me when most of the shenanigans happen. Couple of things about Amazon. When you think you've got it perfectly edited, that there's no missing commas or spelling mistakes or whatever, you need to do it 2 more times, because I thought that that's where I was at, and I was not. And so I've just recently uploaded a corrected draft. Because it's a memoir, I pissed a couple of people off. And when you do that, all of a sudden get all these 1-star reviews with being clearly that the people have never read the book and don't know what the book is about. But that's the risk you take. And then I can tell you this, that what I've found is the people that I expected, all the people that were so excited about me doing this book, and they were like, can't wait till it comes, they did not buy the book. And all these people I didn't expect bought the book. And I can't say all of them, but there were so many people who were so excited about me getting this book out, probably because it took 10 years to write, and they are not the ones that bought the book. So what you think you can count on, you maybe can't, and that's probably the best advice I can give you. I am doing an audio book, and my friend suggested I should read it, but when I read 2 chapters to her, through those chapters, she laughed so hard I had to stop reading, and then she kept stopping me and saying, did you actually put that in? And I'd be like, yeah, because I really wrote it as if I'm telling you the story. So it's written in the way I'm speaking now. I did not intend to write high literature or win a Pulitzer Prize. It's me talking. And then she cried, and I thought, well, that's pretty good. She said, make sure you read the audiobook yourself. And I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't thought that far ahead. And then I thought, well, I really like what happened with her. And so I am doing an audiobook. I'm still in the process, because what I do is I invite someone over, like a girlfriend, really a girlfriend, and I read a chapter to them. And I don't want them to have already read the book, because that's not fun. So I read to them. Well, I ply them with wine first, and I read to them, and However they react is part of the audiobook. So if they laugh, if they ask me questions, I don't care. I still read the text, but it's, there's interruptions and stuff like that. And it's being really fun. So I'm not sure when I'll finish that, but I will. And then a little note was, in my blurb, I talk about Sandbank's Bucco Noir. And I'm getting a collection because friends keep coming over with a bottle after they read the book. And it's just funny. So I thought this was funny. And I wrote a letter to Sandbank's wineries. And she wrote me back and said, oh, that's fantastic. If you're out this way and you want to do a tour, come bring a couple of friends and we'll give you a complimentary tour. So that's not what I was looking for. I thought it might make her day funner, funner. Jesus. Yeah, I'm a writer. Anyway, but that was really cute. And then, yeah, I'm getting a collection. I don't drink very much anymore, but, and there's no promotion here. I just really like Sandbank's Bucco Noir. So if you haven't tried it, and if you're in Canada, I'm not sure if it's elsewhere, then give it a shot. And that's all I got for today. Except somebody gave me a framed Kate Bush Lionheart album cover, framed, really big. Something I had given him 40 years ago, maybe more. Jesus, yeah, more. And that was really sweet. So not everybody's pissed off at me. Let's just say that. And that's all I got. It's snowy here. It's cold. We're coming up to Christmas. Hope it's magical for you if I'm not posting again before then. And that's it. So I'll have the information following this little moment about where you can get the book if you're interested. If you don't like sex and sexy talk and the 80s and a little bit of promiscuity and questionable morals, don't read the book. Really, you won't like it. But if that's your jam, you might. So there you go. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.